I take that back. I got like a very, very bad pinched nerve one game because I was on
charge.
Did you get like a zinger?
It was
or
bad.
A stinger?
It was so
right
bad.
there.
Dude.
Okay.
So this was Friday, obviously, because it's a Friday night game. I'm on kickoff, so I'm.
And that's the best time of the game. That's when you're like, you know what? I've got a body, and we're gonna throw it out.
We are going to throw it. That's exactly what I did. So first play of the game, fly down, just boom, right into the kid, and I get up, and I'm like, I can't move it, dude.
He's like, good game, and you're trying to do it. He's like, okay, asshole, you don't have to like not do it.
I was like, what? I couldn't move it. Like, I thought I just like hit my head a little too hard because I got up and I'm like, okay, it's a little black in here, but I couldn't.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, and then the reason
it was just one side.
It was just one side.
You're like, fuck, I had a stroke. You're like, do I still have time?
I was seriously, I'm like, one of my buddy, I get on the sideline, I'm like, dude, can you pull on my arm? He's like, what? I'm like, I can't move my arm. And then the reason I brought up Friday, Monday in class, we're playing volleyball in co-ed. I jump up and I serve it and I feel the pinch and I couldn't move my arm again. I was like, okay, I need it. Huh?
What was that?
Senior year. I think you might have been gone for that day. No, that was I told you about that because I was sitting next to you. I'm like, babe, I can't move my arm. But I went and got an X-ray at the Instacare, and they're like, yeah, you got a very, very, very bad zinger.
I only had the only one I ever had was like when I hit like, and I think that's what kind of made this one end up dislocating. Like, because the zinger happened first.
Yeah.
And then it was like, because it was a practice, I hit this guy and my hand went numb and like it was just like
very tingly. Yeah.
I was like, oh man, I didn't have it anywhere near like that. I could still move it because I'm like, oh,
well, this wasn't like out of
sleep.
This one wasn't like out of nowhere. One time this started in a rugby game. I tackled a kid. I put my head on the opposite side because he moved at the last second and he hit me like this, so my head went like that. And that's when it started. Like, I could feel shooting pains, and like my head would go numb randomly. And then the football game.
That's kind of put it over the edge.
Yep.
Damn.
Oh, dude, that reminds me. And this is so bad to laugh at, but this was against Provo.
It's even better now.
one of my friends, his name's Tanner. The dude is fast. Like, yeah.
He's okay.
He peaked very early, but he's still pretty fast. But he's the returner against Provo. First play of the game, I turned to my buddy Derek. I'm like, he's gonna get hurt on this play. Watch. It shatters his collarbone.
Holy shit!
It was so bad. He's like laying on the. We could hear him screaming. I'm like, oh, he's hurt. I'm like, he's fine, and then we could hear the. It was so. like he comes off the sideline. He is like bawling. I'm like, oh, he's over exaggerating. Then he shows us the X-ray, and his collarbone is just in pieces. And I was like, oh, I feel so bad, but it was so funny, dude.
Okay, so when that happens to your buddy, you're just like, like you've got to you got to have a little bit of sense of humor about those kind of things. Because it sucks. Like everyone does it. It's bad.
Oh, it was bad, but it was, dude. The kid. He's a cry. That's why it was so funny. That's why we thought he was faking it, because he's the type of kid in like elementary school that would cry over everything.
Oh, like if he got hit.
Yeah, like if he got hit, if somebody beat him in something, he was just that type of kid.
He was a crier.
Yep. So I was like, oh, he's faking it. 100%. And then he showed us the X-ray picture. And I was like, oh that's so bad.
See, all right, and for me though, I've only ever broken a small bone.
Yeah. Me too.
So I can't stay much for bigger bones or stuff like that. I just know, like, when I broke my thumb, I kept fucking fighting Zeke.
Like, you didn't care? You're like,
I kept going, dude. Because it broke. It wasn't until I looked down and saw that it was like, fucking you.
Oh.
It looked like a ham. And I'm like, and then I'm like, I'm done.
I'm done.
I'm done. Because, like, I hit it and it hurt, so I started fighting just lefty. And then I looked down, I'm like, okay.
I'm like, bad.
All right, I'm done. I just remember it hurt really bad. Like there's just like that deep hurt, that deep pain.
Like it makes you sick to your stomach. Like when you get that hurt, you're just like, oh, I want to throw up. Like it hurts that bad.
Well, it didn't hurt that bad.
Oh, okay.
But I was just like, just a weird. I don't know.
It's hard to describe.
It is because it's like the best I can say is like it's a deep pain. Like you know what a cut feels like. You know what a paper cut feels like. You know what a bruise feels like. But it's like all that stuff on the inside.
Yeah.
Like, and it's from a place where you know you don't really have nerves inside of the bone.
So it hurts. It just hurts.
It just hurt. Like, it's just, like, And I remember I was down in this end bathroom and I was cleaning my face up too because my face felt like fucking like a shrunken driven. I didn't want him to know that.
Oh yeah,
because it was broken. It was fucked, man. Like my nose exploded.
What the fuck?
So like I'm down there in that bathroom and I remember I'm like this.
Just let water go over.
I turned on the sink there. I got my hand in the water and I'm like, oh fuck me. Like I'm sitting there like I feel like dog shit. like I just got my shit fucked bad. I was like, and then like Zeke and my mom come in, and I was pissed. I was like, I told you not to tell her.
I don't
like that. And she's like, you didn't have to. I knew you were down here. I'm like, okay. And it was like, then I had to like, she was trying to take me to an Instacare, and I told her right from the get go. So it was Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
I told her from the get-go, don't take me to the Payson emergency room.
Cause that was when Payson was like really bad.
Always busy.
Always busy? Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. Crazy. Just like packed. Like their emergency room, and you're going to be there for hours just waiting. Right. And it sucked back then. But now it's really good. I like Payson. They're quick now.
They're very quick now.
And like I told her, I was like, look, just like don't take me to Payson. Just take me to Timpanogos. We're going to save time. Timpanogos is the best fucking bird. To this day, Timpanogos is the best one.
I luckily have not had the opportunity to go to Timp ER.
I've been to all of them.
I've been, yeah, not to brag, but...
Not to brag, but they did ask me if my mom was beating me at some point.
Oh, I bet.
Dead serious. Like,
with
she
that many
took
injuries?
me so many times. Like, my dad started refusing to take me.
That's funny.
So, no, but... She like that one, but she ended up taking me to like trying to take me to Instacare and another one, and they weren't open. Wouldn't take our insurance or whatever. I'm like, I told you to take me to go to Timpanogos. In and out like 45 minutes.
That's quick for an ER.
We're in. They X-ray it. They're like, yeah, it's broken. You're gonna need to see a specialist. Here's a cast.
Nice.
Get out. Right. And I'm like, oh, this place rocks. I'm like, I told you so, Mom.
That, I don't know, that reminds me, when people like lose a limb and they get something called ghost pain, that freaks me out so much.
Me too.
Like if I lose my arm and I feel like something falls in that area and I can feel it, that is scary. It's like...
Well, I just want to know where you feel pain. Like if your arm got cut off, would you feel pain or would you not feel pain?
Well, that's the thing, like, because they say that they can still feel their fingers.
Oh.
Like even if they let's say your hand gets cut off, they can still feel their fingers. But like I've wondered that too. Like, okay, but then let's say, okay, you're sitting there on a table like this, no hand right here, and someone takes like a cleaver or something and slams it into the table right where your hand should be. Are you gonna feel something, or is that just your mind trying to convince your nerves that something's there that you should be feeling something? Like,
I think we're gonna have to test it.
Somebody lose a limb. Somebody get diabetes. Quick, lose a foot. Not it.
Not it. Nose goes.
Nose.
Oh, Lindy.
Zeke's upstairs like, crap.
He's like, oh man, I gotta get diabetes now. Oh goodness, just goes.
Oh, that's the sun chamber.
Oh goodness,
that's one of the rooms I need to get to.
I've wondered that too. Like, I wonder if like something does fall right there if you do it. I know that like they'll try to go and catch something if it falls.
Yeah, like because that's natural reflex.
Right.
Just imagine you catch something and it's like
your nubs all the way up here and just like just a little. Nubs.
It's like a jar of pickles.
Oh, I gotta catch that.
Imagine having a cat when they do it. They always like knock shit off. You're like.
And just looking at you the whole time, like I'm gonna knock this way because you can't catch it with the other.
It's like you're my bitch now. It's like King of the Jungle.
But as soon as you get a cat, you're the cat.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way the cat is in charge of you at the moment you get a cat.
Pretty much. Oh gosh. No, but I think I wonder that too. Like, would that be a? I'm sure there's something to do with that, but I think I wouldn't. I don't know. I'd like to go the rest of my life and avoid breaking a major bone.
Me too. Like, dude, people that break their femur, that is that you have to be doing something so dangerous, get hit extremely hard.
Aren't. Some people just
Exactly.
like fall out of a tree and then they break their whole freaking leg because their bones are just not tough.
Guy that I went to school with, he was my backup at nose guard. Bigger dude. Right, not like huge though. So like in high school, he was probably like 210.
Okay,
not a huge guy. Right, he got a spiral fracture on his femur and I kid you not, this is all he did. And he even showed me. He's like, so just kind of like your average kind of 3-post fence. He was sitting on top of it and just kind of jumped down.
That's it.
Like,
and he's only 210.
He was 210. And this was like, I can't remember how old he was. I think he was like 13.
Okay.
But he showed me the x-ray.
No, wait, let me go back.
It was just, because like the spiral fracture, they're so rare because it just unravels your bone in a spot, like all the way up, kind of like you just turned your bone into a ribbon.
So you broke it.
Imagine a slinky, you push it together like this.
And then open it up.
And then, but instead of like pulling it, you just twist it like this so it like expands.
Oh,
and that's what it looked like.
That's scary.
And it was like, he was out of. He couldn't even go to school.
Oh, I bet, dude.
Because he missed like half of like, or part of like he was in middle school, I think. He missed like most of the year.
Oh, I bet,
because
dude.
he was like bedridden the whole time. And like and back then he didn't even weigh that much, and that's something that he said. He's like, because a big reason why I'm 210 now is because I didn't do jack during that year.
Yep.
He didn't move because he's like, the doctor's like, hey, don't move, man. Like he had to have like a whole bunch of surgeries and pins and all kinds of stuff just to put it back together.
So what type? So there's like the fractures I know is hairline and just a regular fracture, and then
compound.
Compound is. Would that be
is when they poke out?
Oh, like when Jackson fell off at the gazebo at your what is it?
At our wedding?
Your reception.
Yeah.
That was bad, dude.
Yeah,
that was bad. Scary.
Yeah. Not great.
No, that image will live in my head for the rest of my life. That was very scary.
Because it didn't break the skin, but you can see the bump, right?
Yep.
I was like, okay.
Luckily, we were 2 seconds away from an ER. So
yeah, literally like.
Down the road.
Yeah.
That's okay.
All right.
Oh, yeah. But imagine, so breaks are usually this way. If you imagine you split your femur this way, so it's the long way up.
That would suck.
That would be, how?
I think that's how Ben broke his.
No way.
I can't remember if it was his femur or it was like down lower. I remember he was on crutches for a long time. Like,
was he younger when he did that? Because I know he ate absolute crap recently on his bike. Like, was that like 3 years ago?
No. When he broke his leg, he was in his 20s.
Oh, okay.
So like, this is when Brandy was really little. She was probably like 3, maybe.
So yeah, he was very young.
He was pretty young, but he was like playing soccer and like I remember it was a really bad break. And he had to get like pins and shit. I think he still got metal in there. I can't remember. I'll have to ask him.
But I'm just very glad I've never broken a bone.
Yeah, so I'd like to avoid that. I'll take the dislocations any day.
Yeah, I take that back. I have broken a bone, but that was a long time ago, and I was a baby, and a shelf dropped on my finger. So I think I
don't remember that.
I was at my dad's parents' house in Spanish, and they had this little wood duck. That was like a little matchbox, and if you know me, I'm obsessed with ducks. So I picked it up off the shelf. And
you got weird things going on in your life,
dude.
I'm just kidding.
I'm like Jimmy Neutron's dad. I love ducks.
So then it's just like,
one time I sat on a banana, and of course that changed the rest of my life.
But I picked it off of the shelf, and my hand was on the couch. And it just fell, and it just broke. I think it broke the tip or like dislocated the tip or something. But I was a baby, so that was like, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's something that like always freaked me out. Like with my kids, it's like their fingers were getting because they're so small, they're itty bitty,
like they're tiny, like their toes, their little feet, their little ankles. It scares me.
Oh yeah,
but yeah, I don't have to worry about that for a couple of years, hopefully.
When my kids, like, I always tell them because I always tell them, hey, just be careful because like I know me. I was crazy accident prone. I would not think through things very well ever. Like when I cut this pinky, almost cut it in half, almost cut it off with a freaking knife. Luckily Zeke was there. Zeke jumped right into action, man. Like I was like stabbing this piece of wood with this fucking pocket knife. I was like 7 or 8.
And did it just slide in your hand?
No, I hit it and it folded up.
Oh.
And it folded up and it like cut through, almost cut it off. And Zeke was like 10, I think. And he's like, and he like grabs this like dirty ass rag up in the shop and like puts it on there. And then I just remember like us walking down there because it didn't hurt until he put the rag on there.
Really?
Yeah, it didn't really hurt. Like I think I was just like kind of surprised because like I think by the time when he put the rag on there, the knife fell off, and so it became an open wound.
Oh, are you?
Hurt.
Yeah.
So that wasn't great.
No, I bet.
But yeah, luckily he was there. He like took care of it. Oh no, there's acid. But yeah, that one was really done. Gosh, I hated that. Like being that age and having to wear, because I had to wear a freaking like this cast or whatever, or like a brace on it.
What do you do for that big of a, like, obviously you got stitched up.
Oh yeah. They went in, they had to stitch up on the inside and then they had to stitch up on the outside because they had to put the tendon back in. They had to stitch the tendon. They had to get to the tendon because when it cut the tendon almost all the way. It was like 75% of the tendon was severed.
Oh, that's bad.
And so they had to go in on the side here. And this is like in the ER. So they're not, this isn't like some specialist, like a surgery or some shit. Like, this is like
ER doc.
After the fact. It was actually our old state president, President Egbert. Cool. So
I was about to say, was it Egbert?
He wasn't a state president at the time, but he's like, oh hey, like just visiting with my folks while he's stitching me up and all this shit. Like then he goes and he like has to continue cutting. He has to cut it open more, so he can like get access to it. And I just remember him just explaining. He's like, well, this is really gonna hurt. That's what he said. He's like, this is really gonna hurt. He's like, but I need to get in there to do it. He's like, are you gonna be okay? Yeah, I'll be fine.
Oh, there we go.
And like he goes in and he puts this like thing, it looks like claws
to open up your tendons, right?
Yeah, so it was like this thing. It went into the cut, and then he started screwing it.
Like a little mini vice grip with claws on it.
Yeah,
basically.
But instead of it was a spreader. So it opened it up this way, and it was like I could see my bone. He's like, oh yeah, look. He's like, look, there's your bone. I was like, oh no shit. Like, they numbed it up, so it wasn't terrible. It did still hurt, but
definitely.
Like he has a really good bedside manner. Like,
I vaguely remember him because I was so little living up there, but he was the nicest guy.
Yeah,
he was so
super
cool.
nice dude. Like really good bedside manner. He's like, look, see, that's your bone, right there. He's like, good thing you didn't hit your bone. He's like, see that? That's your tendon. That's what I have to fix. And he was really good about it. Like he was like a total bro about it.
Do you think if you would have gotten any more pressure, do you think your finger would have came off, or do you think the knife would have gone through the bone?
No, there was no way. I mean, I was young enough, and I wasn't stabbing it hard enough. It wouldn't have gone through. Because even leverage wise, there wouldn't have been enough.
Not enough.
Because it was just a folding. It was a folding knife. So like, I mean, I was just zoom, and then it like goes. Because it just folded up like this, like kind of like in like that.
Yeah.
But maybe if I was going like
really hard.
Yeah, and if it would have been like a joint, but it was right in the middle of it. So yeah.
You still have a scar?
Oh yeah, and the finger's still all messed up. I got a ton of scar tissue in there. Nice. It like got all bulgy and weird a few years later, but yeah, don't worry about it. It doesn't hurt as bad. Like
that's pulsating.
I was gonna say
that's what she said.
That looks like a nut sack. Like no joke. Like when it goes back up, just watch. Nutsack vibes. What is this?
Oh, it's an opened up nutsack.
That's what happened. And that's what it feels like when someone hits you in the nuts.
Oh yeah,
right there. That's what you think. Ah! That's exactly.
Flaahgra.
But yeah, I think I take the dislocations. I felt like I healed faster from.
Okay, this mutant plant is a source of toxic water in the ruins. Growth cycle has been radically accelerated. As a result, it requires near constant exposure to solar energy to remain active. This exposure has made the outer shell thick and durable. Its low root system is unprotected and vulnerable. However, exploit this flaw when possible. Concentrated weapon fire can daze it for short periods. So what?
So you have to take out the solar panel, I'm guessing?
Oh, yes, I do.
No! So, what about you, Tanner? Have you broken anything before?
Have I broken anything before?
Oh, obviously.
Oh, okay, not.
Well, you didn't like break it, but
No.
the doctor did for it. You paid somebody to break your jaw.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so weird to think about. Like, to fix this, we have to break it first.
Gotta be broken.
And I have like what, metal or platinum stuff in my jaw.
Oh, you still do?
Yeah.
No shit. I thought they broke it and then they like pinned it and then they took it back out, but no, they just broke it and set some metal in there.
Yeah, just to like reposition.
Whoop! I had some questions. Have you tried going through a metal detector?
He did when
I've been through metal detectors.
Yeah.
Did you ask them to like wave it over your face just to see if it would pick it up?
I have a bomb in my face. Please wave it over. Just. Oh, do you know?
Well, the reason I ask is because like when I was working at the hospital, since I was an extension of the prison there, when the patients had visitors, I had to wand them in, and occasionally there'd be an older person with a replaced knee, and the metal detector would pick that up.
Oh, really?
So,
that's different though, because that was a long time ago.
Well, no, not even. It's the wand. It's the same one they use at airports.
Oh, true. That's true.
And like that's why I'm wondering if his was enough, because like a knee replacement, that's a lot of fucking metal.
That's
a big old chunk of earth in there, man. Like this guy, like not having a ton in there. I wonder if it would pick it up. Like you have a bum in your lip, sir.
You have a bum in your lips.
Step over here for a cavity search. But it didn't beat down there.
I was just thinking, Tanner's like, oh yeah, they had to break it first, and I could see the doctor be like, all right, this is gonna hurt a little bit, and just coming in with this mean right hook, just, oh, what's gonna hurt? Just,
oh no, like they
is it broken? I don't think so.
No, they had to put me under anesthesia for that.
Dude, coming out of anesthesia for the first time is the best thing ever. Like, it feels like you just got the best night's sleep of your entire life.
Good, dude. Word.
I didn't sleep the night before my surgery, so I think I told you guys this, but the nurse was like talking to my mom. They're like, "Yeah, we can't wake him up, but he's fine. Like, he's like not waking up very well, but
he's just sleeping."
All right, did I do it? Is that it?
Yeah, I woke up and I'm like, "What just happened?"
No.
Phase 2.
I think you got it. No, this is 4 because you have to knock out all 4.
All 4. Okay, all right. Last one.
Your mom was there the last time I came out of anesthesia.
Yeah.
She said I looked grumpy.
Oh yeah, you told us about this.
I was trying to focus, man.
I said something really funny and really embarrassing. This was before we were engaged, and I said something about like grabbing her butt or something while we were dating, and it was so embarrassing.
Hey, that's great, man.
Oh.
Hey, you gotta like watch out what you say when you come out of that.
Oh yeah, I was worried.
Best one ever.
Oh, it's knocking down the lights.
Oh, what a jerk.
Okay, so I gotta daze it,
and then
book it.
And then keep dazing him.
Like, Eli's, by far, is the best one.
Oh, that one was
hands down
funny.
Like, I don't know, like, that dude should never take drugs. Ever. Right? Like, he needs to, like, be, like some DARE representative, man. Because, like, that dude coming out of anesthesia thinking he's Buzz Lightyear, probably the best piece of videography or, like, any kind of video of that I've ever seen in my entire life.
It's amazing.
It's perfect in almost every way. Like, I can't imagine what would make that better.
Putting him in a Buzz Lightyear costume.
Like, yeah, maybe, but
to infinity and beyond.
Well, because like he told it's because of what he was saying to Evan.
Oh, dude,
that made it so funny.
It was so
like because he's like. It's like put my wings down. He's got his fucking hands on his. Put my wings down.
Yeah.
And he's like he starts pushing down. No, it's right here, dumbass. Made him push the fucking button. Oh my gosh.
All right.
Just his response to it is just like just indignant that he didn't know where the button was.
Don't know where the button is.
Like, oh my gosh. And he's like, oh, they put the other buttons. The other 3 fucking buttons on there. Oh my gosh.
Oh, she got her wisdom teeth out, and I was really disappointed. She didn't have any reaction to the anesthesia.
No?
coming out of it.
What?
And it was her first time going on.
What's
Was that your
this?
first time going under too?
What?
So I was like really disappointed when she didn't have a funny video.
The Variety suit? Oh, yay, I get that back.
Nice. First time for me,
I'm floating.
I tried to ask the nurse out. So I was like 14.
Nice.
So it was when I choked on a piece of chicken. And they had to like put me down to like
Suck it out.
dead serious. They had to put a tube down there to pull it out or push it down.
That's so bad.
It was like stuck. Wouldn't go anywhere. Luckily, that was below my window.
Yeah.
But it's still probably
All right.
Oh, it hurt like a bitch. And then, well, it's because I had an allergic reaction the day before, and like my esophagus.
What'd you have an allergic reaction to?
I don't know. I honestly think it was like hay fever. Like, because I'd been working with my dad that day, and he'd been mowing a field.
Oh, probably.
And like my eyes had gotten super.
Dangerous
swollen
areas
before.
of heat are now accessible.
Yeah.
All right,
go.
cool.
Off to a good start.
Yes.
But
It's great.
then they had to go. They put me down
Anything
to
else?
pull the chicken out. But then
Anything
the second time they put me down, they had to go in and they expanded a balloon in there and
So you could breathe?
cracked the rings
Of your
of
windpipe?
my esophagus.
Oh.
So like their cartilage with like.
Oh.
You can swim now?
Oh no! It's like I could like breathe underwater. It's just that I can't move as fast.
Oh, and since you defeated that boss, the water's not toxic anymore. Right?
Oh yeah. Now that you mention it,
Nice.
yeah. You know, kind of like the Woodfall boss or region
plants.
in Zelda Majora's Mask.
Oh, they had to break those rings, and that's when I asked the nurse out. But then when I got my wisdom teeth out, I stood right up, and I was like, "Watch this, guys! I can walk on a line."
What?
That's what I said, and I'm like this, and they had to like catch me or whatever, and then they're like, "No, you need to leave on a wheelchair." And I'm like, "I don't need a wheelchair. I can walk." And I'm like, stumble.
I gotta walk. Takes one step and just
Basically, I was like, I had a hard time going, but I thought it was hilarious. So
I seriously thought I was gonna just destroy my life when I came out. I'm like, what am I gonna say? Am I gonna mess up and say something stupid and get myself in trouble? So I was about to ask her to come and be like, if I keep going, just tell me to shut up, please. But luckily, didn't ruin my life that day.
it's like, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, the last time I was like, okay, I just need to focus, because the big thing for me is like, all right, I'm gonna focus. And I'm gonna figure out what I need to do to get this better.
Mm-hmm.
What steps can I take? What can I do? What can't I do? Like, what am I gonna do here? Because I didn't this freaking back surgery there. Really didn't expect to do that by the time I was 30.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, all right, get that figured out. But I healed up pretty quick. I took 2 peptides that really, I feel like they helped a lot. I was back at work within 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, that's actually really quick for a back surgery.
Well, technically, I wasn't supposed to be back, and I needed a doctor's note. And when I went back, because like I was set to go on a shift where I was getting paid a lot more, and I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna miss that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So when I go back, my manager, I have a meeting with her, and she's like, oh, do you have a doctor's note? I was like, yeah, I've got it. Do you want me to send it to your email? She's like, yeah, that'll work. I've never sent her that email. I never had a doctor's note.
Oh, that's so funny.
I didn't get a doctor's note till probably 3.5, about maybe a month later.
Then that initial 2.5 weeks?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
So it was like, all right. Luckily, though, like, and nice thing was though, is like once it was done, I was good. Like, because I was walking around doing all that stuff, but
Yeah.
All right, I think this is a good spot
Yeah.
to call it a night. I've never made it this far in the game before, even back in the GameCube days. Do you think we should keep going with this
I think
game?
so. It's a really cool game. I like all the Metroid games. They're just solid, well-made games every time.
All right, well, I guess the next time we record for late game night, more Metroid Prime Remastered. So, yeah, look forward to that. So if you like our content, click subscribe, ring the bell, leave a like and a comment. On this channel, we got Hogwarts Legacy playing. And then way back when, over on our viewer-friendly channel, Game Night, we have played Metroid Dread and Metroid Fusion. So go check those out. And we will see you tomorrow night.
So the next one.
Peace out.
Good night.